Alrighty, coming in last, we got the Whistle Punk roller coaster. I mean, honestly, I didn't have a fucking clue this ride even existed. I've been to Dollywood, but like 3 times. I was there in 2017 for like 3 days, and I was there last year for like half a day, like 5 or 6 hours. I had no fucking clue this ride even existed. I probably walked by it half a dozen times. This ride, it's just another stupid ass roller coaster that nobody gives a shit about in the park. It takes up space. I mean, hell, you could put a fucking playground here and it'd be better than this. I mean, no point. I mean, unless if you have a newborn, like, why would you be on this ride? I mean, it's just, I don't know. I mean, get on the ride straight ahead, right up in the sky. That ride's way better. I mean, don't be a pussy and get on this thing. Get on an actual big ass roller coaster. Don't waste your money, or time riding this. There's no fucking point. This could be such a better ride, but they made it boring as shit. Alright, next we got the Dragonfire, and I've never ridden this ride here. I mean, this ride, it was new for last year, and I went to Dollywood about 2 months ago. But, I mean, I just didn't have time to ride this, if I'm being honest. I didn't really give a shit enough to ride this. I mean, this ride, it just looks like a boring version of the Great Bear, pretty much. I mean, why would you ride this over the Great Bear? I mean, I don't know. This ride, it just doesn't look that good. I mean, really short. I mean, for a new ride, they should have made something way better than this. This just looked like a very bad effort. I'll say that on Dollywood's part. All right, coming in at number 7, we got the Fire Chaser Express, and this ride is a lot longer than what I'm showing you. This ride is like 5 or 6 minutes long, but I did not want to just sit here and ramble for 5 or 6 minutes about this little kiddie ride. So yeah, this is another kiddie ride. I was on this once or twice about 4 years ago. And I was riding with like a kid that was like 3 or 4 maybe. And you had to share the lap bar with the person beside you. And man, he pulled that thing the whole way down. I could not breathe on that ride. Like, man, like if that ride would have been like 2 more minutes, I think I would have died from suffocation. I mean, I couldn't even move my chest hardly. I mean, it was not fun for me. But if it wouldn't have been for that, this would have been a decent ride. It's got cool scenery. And besides that, it's just a kiddie ride. It's all right. Decent. Alright, next spot, we got the Fire Chaser Express. I know I said the ride before this was the Fire Chaser Express. I got them mixed up. Don't hate me too much. But this ride, I mean, it's alright. I mean, it's actually not that terrible for a kiddie ride. Like, it's not the best, but it's decent. I mean, it's got some pretty cool theming. I've never seen theming like this on our ride before. You got fireworks and shit like that. And, I mean, it's an alright ride. I mean, it's pretty decent. It's got a couple launches here and there. I mean, I don't know, though. If you're going to be riding kiddie rides like this, I mean, go to the playground or something. Like, take your kid to the playground. Don't take them to Dollywood because it's a big boy park. I mean, you ride the big boy rides. Got to get your big boy trousers on. Ride everything here that's big. Don't waste your time on stuff like this. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this ride's all right, but I'm just saying, it's just a kiddie ride. Like, unless if you like kiddie rides, which if you're over, like, 3 years old, I would say skip this ride. And ride Lightning Rod like 10 times. And I mean, this ride, it's decent. But like I said, I mean, it's just kind of there. I mean, I don't know. Some people really like this ride. I'm just somebody that's like, man, I mean, it's all right. Yeah, it's all right. I just wanted to say thanks to everybody for watching the videos. I know I'm negative a lot. Only towards roller coasters, not to my viewers. I like my viewers, just not some of these hellish roller coasters until we get upper into the list. And I say good things about the roller coasters. But yeah, this thing, it blasts off backwards too. I mean, it's all right. I mean, it's a nice little 4.5, 5 out of 10. It's all right. It's all right. I mean, I don't hate this thing, but all right, next we got the Tennessee Tornado coming in at number 5. This ride, I mean, this is a good ride. Don't get me wrong. I mean, don't be offended that it's coming in at number 5. There's just, the rides above it are just flat out better. But this ride, it's got an intense drop right here. I mean, I did not expect that at all. When I was riding this ride, I did not expect a drop like this. This kind of reminds me of the Anaconda at King's Dominion, except it's a lot better. Like, the layout is so much better than the Anaconda. It's got some pretty fucking crazy loops right here. I mean, it's a good ride. It's pretty fast, too. I mean, you fly on this thing going down that tunnel. Or it's not really a tunnel, but you go down to, like, the valley. But it's really short, as you can see. All right, coming in at number 4, we got the Thunderhead. And, man, when I first got on this ride, or when I first saw it, I didn't do a whole lot of research before I went to Dollywood the whole time, so I didn't really know any of the rides. I wasn't really into roller coasters as much back then. But when I looked at this ride, I was like, man, that thing's going to be rough as hell. And man, when I got on this ride was really fucking fun. I see that. It's got some intense elements. I mean, you go down that hill, you fly down that hill. I mean, there's some good turns. I mean, this ride, it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Like, I did not expect much. I didn't even really want to get on it, but I'm glad I got on it. It's a lot of fun. It's one of the best wooden roller coasters I've ever gone. It kind of reminds me of a Lightning Racer a little bit, but it doesn't race, obviously. But it's right. It's just a lot of fun. Ride this if you go to Dollywood because it is so much fun. I mean, I was flying on this ride. And it's just overall, it's just really good. One of the best wooden roller coasters, honestly, probably in the world. I mean, it's just a good ride. Really, really fun. Alrighty, coming in at the third spot, we got Wild Eagle. This ride can either be absolutely fantastic or it can be a real piece of shit. It just depends on how far you put the restraint down or how far the ride operator does. Because, man, one time, the restraint, it was so tight on my chest, I could already breathe on this thing. I just could not wait to get off. And, like, once the ride was over, it seemed like I was waiting for 5 minutes for the train to pull up into the station. Like, man, it's a pretty good ride. It reminds me of the Gatekeeper at Cedar Point. It's a lot worse than the Gatekeeper. The Gatekeeper has a way better layout. This ride is pretty decent for Dollywood. I mean, this is a pretty decent ride. I mean, it's obviously not as good as number one. I'll get there later, but it's not bad. Alright, coming in at number 2, we got the Mystery Mine. Now, when I first went to Dollywood, I honestly had no idea this ride even existed. Like, I didn't see it on YouTube or anything. Man, when I rode this thing, my mind was blown. It is so much fun. I love the really steep-ass drops. The theming is so much fun. It's got so many nice little inversions. Like, it's just a good ride. Like, it's so much fun. Like, I was blown away by how good this ride was. I mean, I'll be honest with you, when I got on this like 2 months ago, it was a little rougher than when I went in Dollywood in 2017, but it wasn't bad here. I mean, it was still really good, and it's just a whole lot of fun. Like, I've never been on a ride like it before. I mean, I know there's a ride in another country kind of like it. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's just a good ride. I mean, right now what's going on is you're just hearing a bunch of noises pretty much when you're in the dark here, but the ride, it's not over yet. Yeah. Here we go. You're going up the hill right here, in case you didn't know. But this ride, it's really good. But it's not even close to as good as number one. Like, as far as there's some fire right there, which is pretty sick. This is a really cool looking hill. Yeah, it's so fucking steep. Like, I know it's hard to see, really steep. And this twist right here is insane. One of my favorite elements on a roller coaster ever. Really good ride. Absolutely awesome. Alright, coming in at number 1, we got the blast off the top of the hill. We got the lightning rod, and this thing is absolutely fucking fast. This thing is so fast. It goes, I think, like 70, but it feels so much fucking faster than that. Like, this thing flies. It feels like you're going like 100. I mean, it's got so much airtime. It's so good. Like, it's the only reason really to go to Dollywood is this ride right here. Really good. I mean, this is the best wooden roller coaster I've ever rode in my life. I've never rode Steel Vengeance. I'm riding that next year, so don't be mad at me for not liking that more, but I love this ride. And, yeah, if you guys want to put your list down in the comments, go for it. Your top rides at Dollywood, go for it. I just want to see what you guys think. This ride is absolutely awesome, though. Fucking great.